Final segment of the show for today. We're talking to Dr. LMadu, and the topic is Egypt and the Muslim Brotherhood. And of course, Dr. LMadu has given us quite a bit of information concerning the history of the Muslim Brotherhood and the impact of this organization even today. Go on, Dr. LMadu. Let's see if we can pick up at that point.
Yeah, and the major fear of a lot of the Arab countries, in the Middle East, is that the infection of Brotherhood rule in Egypt is going to affect them. For example, in Sudan, they go by a different name, the National Islamic Front, led by Ali Hassan Turabi. That was the man who instigated President Bashir to introduce Islamic, rule in Sudan that started all these problems. This is part of it. Then in Tunisia, they're called the Renaissance Party under Mr. Ghanouchi. The Hamas in Gaza, they're part of the Muslim Brotherhood. In Iraq, they're called the Islamic Iraqi Party. So in different countries, they go by different names, but they're all tentacles of the Brotherhood. So what is going on in Egypt now is very significant insofar as the Sunni Muslim countries are concerned. Now, understand, I say Sunni. It has a very big relevance here. The Muslim Brotherhood is a Sunni revivalist organization. Now, it doesn't have much influence in Shiite-dominated countries. And when Muhammad started his religion, after he died, there became two factions, the Sunnis and the Shiites. Now, the Brotherhood is a Sunni organization. So its influence is very minimal in countries like Iran,
Where there's not a large Sunni.
Exactly. Lebanon, Bahrain, and Azerbaijan. These countries are Shiite-dominated countries. So the Brotherhood doesn't have much influence there. But in countries like Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Russia, India. In fact, India has more Muslims than the whole Arab world put together. Turkey and all these places. They are afraid of what will follow if Morsi and the Brotherhood in Egypt succeed in imposing a theocratic dictatorship. And that is worrying to the United States and also to Israel. Even though Morsi had made a commitment to respect the Camp David Accords and other international agreements, still the U.S. is wary of what will happen.
The very influence and the very number in terms of the members of the Brotherhood would tend to indicate, in terms of these two religious factions, do you think that the Brotherhood has more members than any other faction? Because I think you've given us more names in terms of countries that are involved in that.
Yeah, the Brotherhood definitely, have more members than any other Islamic organization that we know of, because they are all in these countries. I mean, in Egypt itself is the best organized political party, say so in Egypt, even though it calls itself a religious organization. But remember that also the political front is the Peace and Justice party, under which Freedom and Justice Party, under which Morsi came to power. So now they have their own political wing as well as the religious wing. But both of them are the same. One feeds off the other. So it's very significant because Egypt is really the center of the Arab world.
That's what I was thinking. Egypt is a major player in reference to the Arab world. And how Egypt goes.
Exactly. Most of the Arab countries is the center of the Arab world. Most of what happens in the Arab world revolves around Egypt. So whatever happens in Egypt is going to affect the other ones. It's going to affect Jordan. It's going to affect the Palestinian territories. It's going to affect Kuwait. It's going to affect Syria. So that's very important. And Syria now is going through, a big crisis. And it's very significant because even the Egyptian government is supporting the opposition in Syria because of this Sunni Shiite thing we're talking about. Remember I said the Brotherhood is a Sunni organization. And those rebels in Syria are Sunnis, 80% of them. And the government of Syria is run by a Shiite government. They are called the Alawites.
With a small minority.